Hey everybody, what's happening? Son of a Silver Stacker here. In today's numismatic news and information for the 18th day of February 2022, I'd like to take you over to Jam Bullion so we can look at the live spot prices. Gold is down 778 to 1897.02. Silver is down 9 cents to 23.87. Platinum down $1.15 to 1188. And palladium down 38.86 to 23.47.50. In stock silver, 759 pieces. Our next stop today, you probably have heard, the United States Mint has updated its product schedule to move the National Purple Heart Hall of Honor 2022 commemorative coin program to right after, okay, the drop for the American Innovation coin. So I'll show you that right here. I probably should have started up top, but I didn't. And there they are. So as you can see at the bottom, the only one still left at to be determined was the colorized coin, and that's probably the one that was holding everything up, I would imagine. So here we go, and I think this is pretty rigorous as far as the my wallet is concerned, and thank goodness the Purple Heart coin colorized option is not dropping on February 24, because that's really the only one I'd like to purchase in honor of my Uncle Freddie, who is still serving on the USS Arizona, and my mom's dad, who came back from Pearl Harbor permanently disabled. So these are near and dear to my heart, and they mean a lot to me. And I think that one thing about this particular commemorative coin is that it may or may not be a flipper's dream, but there's going to be probably a lot of people who can have relate to this, because they had family who gave all or some, right? And that's huge. That is a big deal, and I'm really looking forward to the day where we turn those swords into plowshares. So let's go here to the National Purple Heart Hall of Honor 2022 proof $5 coin. And that's a $5 proof coin, right? That's going to be stellar looking. And the price is to be determined, but this will be on sale February 24 at noon. Mintage limit of 50,000, but no product limit there. And there is a household order limit of 3. And next one we have here is that proof $50, and that one looks amazing. I really love that design. It's gorgeous. No product limit on that one, but a mintage limit of 750,000 pieces across all products. I don't think they'll get to that, but if they do, it'll be astonishing. Next one here is that proof silver dollar. No product limit, no household order limit. And none of these really stand out as much as that colorized Purple Heart coin. I think this one does stand out in the regards to the product limit and the household order limit. I imagine if you did want to have it graded, you would probably have to keep it in the original government box shipping container that it came in unopened. Otherwise, you can piece these together individually. Next one here is the uncirculated $5 gold coin. No product limit on that one, but there is a household order limit of 50 and a mintage limit of 50,000. Here we go with the uncirculated $half, mintage limit of 750,000. Product limit none, and that is $33, and it will come out February 24. Next one here, bam, last one before they go to the colorized, and this one is its sales open for pre-orders to be determined 2022 when they moved it to 2024. I guess they just now updated the date on that for when it's going to be pre-order. So that's cool. No product limit, but there is a mintage limit, and there is no household order limit. Now, this is the one I think that really has my attention. And if you see the West Point mint mark, look at this. West Point, Denver, West Point, multi. So you got the San Francisco and West Point, San Francisco, there it is. And that's the half. And then the West Point. So getting back to these colorized, there's a product limit of 25,000 with a household order limit of 1. So I think not only does the colorized aspect of it make it desirable for me, but it also, I would imagine, makes it desirable for the product limit and the household order limit. And I think if there was one to flip, I think the flippers would probably take advantage of this one. And let's face it, $95 is quite a bit of money for a silver dollar, but it is colorized, and that's something that I think makes this a standout. Now, with that said, I'm going to go over here to numismatic news, and there's an article by Patrick A. Heller from 13 hours ago. It's dismissing the possibility of gold confiscation. And I believe Salivate Metal had done a video about gold confiscation a few days ago. You should check that out. Now, here we go. It also says a few days ago here, Jeff Thomas wrote a column for Doug Casey's International Man titled, "Don't Dismiss the Possibility of Gold Confiscation." And you can read this column here, and I'll leave a link in the description for this article so you can get that hyperlink there. Now, while not stating any probability that the United States government might at some point in the future attempt to confiscate privately held gold, he does claim that the risk is greater than almost anyone thinks. And that does seem like a reasonable statement, right? Now, for at least the past 15 years, I have written that the risk of the United States attempting to repeat the fully compensated mandatory gold redemption program as it did in 1933 or any form of gold confiscation was so minimal as to be close to zero. Not zero, but close to zero. I like how he put here, repeat the fully compensated mandatory gold redemption program. That's a mouthful. Can't just say gold confiscation, two words instead of, anyway. That's really interesting. So let's face it, we know, well, it actually gets onto the article, what can happen instead of gold confiscation first. But really, I think, well, let me show you my opinion. I'll tell you my opinion after I read it. It says here, in reading Thomas's column, I find the key fallacy in his argument that the risk is any higher is when he wrote, the U.S. government has essentially run out of options. And then so he obviously doesn't believe that. And I think it's hyperbole also because I think the government has not run out of options. I think the Federal Reserve may have run out of options, right? It raised interest rates, but that's my opinion. Now, here's why I think this led him astray. Before the United States government would consider gold redemption or confiscation, I would expect it to take a different tactic first. And if you own an individual retirement account, you probably understand this. Now, it says here in the United States, there are more than 10 trillion of assets in private retirement accounts, including precious metals in individual retirement accounts. Congress first held hearings in 2006 about nationalizing all private retirement account assets, replacing them with government bonds. And it would be much easier to sell this program to the public because it would be under the claim that the government was taking this step to protect people's retirement balances. Isn't that nice of them to protect us from themselves or from us? I don't know. Who are they protecting us from? I don't know. So one reason why I consider this step to be taken prior to considering gold redemption or confiscation is that the idea of nationalizing private retirement assets has already been brought up in Congress. A second reason why I consider this a possibility is that multiple countries have already gone this route: Argentina, Hungary, Poland, and possibly Spain. So if the United States government has a much more practical alternative to confiscating gold, I expect that the alternative would happen first. However, now this is my opinion. Now, he states here that 10 trillion in assets are held in private retirement accounts throughout the United States, or at least by United States citizens, right? Here's the kicker. These assets will not always stay at $10 trillion, right? What if the economy takes a you-know-what? What if it goes south? That 10 trillion could go to 7 or 5 or 2 or 3, right? What if it takes a serious haircut? Then the United States government or any government may not look at that as, well, favorably as they would gold, right? Because if these assets are crashing, what direction is gold going possibly, right? Yeah, so I think he should take that into consideration when talking about this. Now, he may have stated that here because I haven't read this all of the article, but he may state that coming up here. Now, there are other reasons why I consider the specter of gold redemption or confiscation to be remote, and they include 4 reasons here. It was substantially illegal for Americans to acquire gold from 1933 to the end of 1974. Because of this, there are comparatively modest amounts of gold held privately by Americans. So because we don't have a lot of gold in our hands, they won't come after it? Okay. About a decade ago, I calculated that such a confiscation would not be able to bring more than 80 to 100 million ounces of gold. Yeah, no, I doubt that, because if you look at the gold that is sold in ounces, the United States Mint every month, well, I mean, you can see that that's clearly different story. But then again, where's that gold going to, right? Obtaining 100 million ounces of gold at 2,000 per ounce would only bring in 200 billion worth of assets. That total is a comparative drop in the bucket compared to the over 10 trillion in private retirement assets, or compared to the 100 trillion or so the federal government debt and the net programs represent value of unfunded liabilities for Social Security, Medicare, and related programs. So this is really interesting here, folks. Really interesting. And I would like to leave this in the description below and let you read it. I'm kind of leaving you hanging there, a little bit of suspense for you. But really, I think that when people are talking about, in my opinion, when people say don't worry is when we should worry. That's just my opinion. But that's, that's something I've learned over time. And you may too. Now, over here to my +1 today. And this is Psalm 16:8. And it says, if you continually set the Lord before you, and because you do that, he's going to be right at your side, and he will basically make you unshakable. And what does unshakable mean? Well, it's kind of funny, but unshakable, right? Here we go. This is unshakable. Whatever you do today, do it with the confidence of a 4-year-old in a Batman t-shirt. That's right. That's unshakable. Listen, folks, I want to thank y'all for watching today. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to, I really like that. That was fun. Thanks for watching. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. Son of a Silver Stacker, out.